an inventor with a great idea but just don't know where to start? Then this video is for you. I'm Montgomery, founder of For Sale by Inventor, and I've learned that most inventions don't fail because the inventor didn't have a great idea. They failed because they lacked one of these 7 secrets that I'm going to reveal to you today, including one main one that keeps most inventions from seeing the light of day. Welcome and enjoy. All right, thanks for joining. Step 1 is validation. Before you invest time or money, check if your idea is unique and marketable. You know, this one time we designed a wet wipe and toilet paper combination holder. We were excited about it. We made a virtual model, and then we did a search, and it turns out our model was almost identical to something that already existed. So just do a simple search before you go ahead and get started patenting and marketing this invention idea. And then also never share it without a signed non-disclosure agreement. A lot of people call these an NDA. Even with your closest friends and confidants, you need this to make sure you can keep your protection before you actually file for a patent. You can find free templates online or go ahead and contact us for help. We can help provide you one. Validation can be as simple as just type it into Google, check online stores, or shameless plug, download our Invent Idea app from the Google Play Store or the App Store, your Apple Store, and see if your idea already exists. Step 2, document it. Protect your idea from day one. Now this could just be a bound notebook you get from Staples. You can log on to your Amazon account. They have cheap ones. We actually sell one on there. I'd recommend going to our website, downloading it for free. You'll get a free ebook we got right here. After you do that, you submit your idea, you'll get a launch journal. We'll send this to you for free, or you can download it digitally for free. What that'll do is it protects your idea because it has a non-disclosure agreement, and it also has proof that you started working on your idea, because there's a secret that America is a first to file patent country, but there's also a 1-year rule. So if you can prove that you started working on your idea, and you do so by writing it down, dating it, and again, you can just do it with a notebook. But if you want to do and need help, we have a whole book on how to do this for free just by filling out some information on our website. It's a great way to get started. Free, shameless plug again, but there's no obligation to get started or do anything with us. It's just our free gift to you. All right, step number 3, draw it out. And optional, crude prototype. And to draw it out, you don't have to be some skilled artist. Again, for downloading that form on our website, you can simply draw it out, put the date on it, show your improvements. This proves that you're working on your invention. And they say a picture is worth 1,000 words. So document as much as you possibly can. And then if you can, get started by just taking a product you have and reusing it to make it. And this just helps you get started on your invention. I did that with Tailgate Golf. I actually bought a ladder ball game from Dick's Sporting Goods and then redid it. And that started and proved it, and it was able to help me work on my invention and get to a model, and then help me through my whole inventing process. It's a great way to get started. Okay, step 4, a little tricky. You gotta start considering your patent type. So here you have basically 2 options. You have a utility patent. All right, a utility patent covers how something works. So let's say this was a mug that had an electrical heat component to it. So it would be, how does this mug get hotter? That's what you're thinking about patenting. Another option is a design patent. So for a design patent, you're thinking about what it looks like, the particular design, what are the ornamental features, and that would be protected. The third option a lot of people use is, can't write it out, but it's a provisional patent application. That's the abbreviation. Now these are like placeholders, and there's 12 months, but you can claim patent pending, and you could start working on your invention idea. We'll discuss some drawbacks of this idea and some challenges with it as we move along. But at this stage, you want to start considering what type of patent is most appropriate for your invention and think about utility aspects, design aspects, and if you want to test it out while you start thinking about bringing it to the market a little bit. All right, step number 5. Now we're on to patent search. We're going to start researching the invention professionally. So now in the beginning, we're talking about the do-it-yourself patent searches. You can go on Google Patents. You can use the Invent Idea app that we provide. You could go to the USPTO website. They have a tool there that will help you. But before you file for a patent application, it's important to use a licensed professional. So DIYs are fine here. Use the Invent Idea app. But before you file for a patent, which can be many thousands of dollars, so according to the American Intellectual Property Law Association, a typical utility patent, that could cost $20,000 or more. Okay, now when you're talking about a patent search from a patent attorney, from a registered patent attorney or patent agent, the average cost starts getting really close to $3,000. But it's important before you go to that next step, because it could cost you a lot more, especially if you lose the rights to your invention or you file for something that's already existed. You should know, if you work with For Sale by Inventor, we include this in our research, and it's done by a registered pro, and it costs a fraction of what it would cost according to the AIPLA normal stats by using a registered patent attorney. Step number 6, well, now it comes down to protection. Protect it. How do we do this? It's by preparing and filing a patent application. Now, one mistake we see here all the time is back to do-it-yourself. We see so many of these come through our office, and normally it's not worth the paper it's written on, unfortunately. They're always fraught with issues. They never go through to become an issued patent. Sometimes we can salvage them. Most times we have to start over, and even worse, sometimes it's been done so poorly and people start marking their invention, they lose the 1-year rule and they lose out on their invention forever. You got to remember, ignorance of the law is no excuse. Doing this by yourself is like protecting yourself in a court of law. Usually not a great idea. Luckily, we have professionals here that can help you. Step 7, this might be the most fun step. You might have guessed it. It is market the invention. Now this one is the most nuanced. It's the most broad, and honestly, you can go in so many different directions. It's where you turn your idea into a real business, and the path you choose depends on your goals, resources, and the product itself. That's why this entire process can feel overwhelming. There's no one-size-fits-all answer, and the options are really endless. Do you want to start your own business? Do you want to sell your patent? Do you want to partner with a company? They all have pros and cons. That's exactly why we developed a streamlined process at For Sale by Inventor to help you navigate these choices and avoid common pitfalls. To get started, you got to know your market. Who needs your invention? What problem does it solve? Pick your path. Will you license it or will you sell it? That's the big question. Or are you going to launch it yourself? You got to choose one of those things. Craft your message. What makes it unique? How will you stand out from the competition? Then build momentum. You can use digital tools, networking, and real-world feedback to get your invention in front of the right people. No matter which direction you choose to go, remember, you don't have to do it alone. We're here to help guide you every single step of the way. All right, and I said there was a bonus tip here at the very end, because honestly, none of this matters if you don't do this one final thing. I'm just gonna go ahead and delete all of this. And that one thing is get started. A journey of 1,000 steps starts with just one single step. So go ahead and take that step today and get ahead of those 70% of inventors who just say, oh, I'll get started on that tomorrow, and they'll look at it years from now and say, that was my idea. That's why we're doing this. That's why we're in business, helping inventors just like you. Thanks for watching the video. If you found any of this helpful, hit subscribe, comment below. Stay tuned for our next episode, which is going to be on Mindset Monday. And we're just going to keep on bringing out tips. And it's about overcoming fear and doubt on getting started with your invention. We're just going to keep pummeling you with as much information to help you get started on your invention idea. We're going to be here with you every single step of the journey. Whether you work with us or you just want to learn from these videos, we're here to help. Good luck.